All right. Pauper is back. Historic Pauper. And I am gonna pump the content for it. I love this format. It's only here for like, was it 48 hours? Maybe 3 days. I'm not sure, but it's past midnight. I'm in my jams. The lights are off. That's why there's no video. There's no camera up here. And my AC is pumping, so it's gonna sound poopy. But I don't care. Alright, I don't care. I'm making content for this format. It's hot and I am ready. Let's go. Oh, wait. Whoops. I forgot to talk about the deck. I just completely forgot. That's how eager I am to play. So it's a Tolarian Terror deck, basically. So it's just kind of that with a shell that I think is good for it, which is blue-red. I have a few different kinds of this Tolarian decks, but this is the one I'm been janking around with so far. There's a new Essence Scatter, but the Legendary Clause doesn't come up really in Pauper. There's not many common legendaries, so it's just like a fancy Essence Scatter. I guess at that point it depends if you like the artwork. This is a 4 mana giant creature, and I feel slightly threat light, but I only need like 1 or 2 to really kill my opponent. I don't have counter spells for anything but creatures, but most people play creature decks. It's just the vast majority of people, so I think this is solid. Same with all this 3 damage burn spells. If you're against larger threats and you have to start like holding back your attacks, you're gonna have to really bank on like doubling up burn spells, but I think that's fine. You could maybe run bounce spells instead of maybe like consider or something around here to bounce mid combat to kill one of them and the other one comes in later so you can swing again. So like bounce spells can act as removal spells when it comes to actually combat, like they're combat tricks with double blockers, which is totally reasonable. And games might go super long, so I have 2 of these to go infinite. Even just not going super long, I can shuffle these back in if I'm running out of threats, although these start to get small again and I have to regrow them, which is not ideal, but it's better than running out of threats, so that's what I'm trying. But probably not going to come up too often. This is just a card I love. I'm gonna try it if I can. Let's see how we go. Let's see how it does. Yes? Yeah, sure. It's so weird not seeing a commander right here. So used to it. Like in the matchup screen, you're like, oh, what are they playing? It's like, oh, you don't actually know. You don't know. Alright, well, we kind of know what's going on here. Okay, let's do this. Obviously, clear the mind's not looking good. Neither is that. When this dies... Okay. So... I've got nothing to do. I guess I have 1 mana burn spells, I guess. Okay, I didn't draw it. Do I play this? Probably. Oh! Alright, so get rid of you and you? Hopefully I don't need more than 2 giant threats. That was a really good sequence of draws, but it depends how much time I have here. I like what I'm seeing so far. All these like weird 1 mana 1/1s. I've never seen this before. I mean, this is only like my 5th game, so I played a bit earlier. They didn't proliferate. I guess I'm happy? Are we happy they didn't proliferate? Alright, so I can play one of these and then this. I think this is better than playing this. It could maybe not be, because this would cost 1 later, but this means they're just no longer swinging at me, even if they proliferate like 3 times. They have to proliferate a lot to swing at me. Okay, there's the first one. But again, we've like 1 giant threat out of our decks just kind of stonewalls a lot of decks, so... Oh wow, we got the other one. Clear the Minds are looking juicy, huh? Let's do this one. And I don't have any real attacks. I think we're just going to buckle up here for a while. Hope I draw a bunch of these that are relevant. Land card, put at the bottom, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it just proliferates. I don't have to make a move right now, because they're all at 3 still. Alright. Kill this one. Modular 1. Oh, shoot. I got... Shoot. Whoops. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I make decisions that aren't Omega level. I think an 8-8 is fine. That was obviously a mistake. 6 ways to Sunday. Oh, actually it didn't matter. It didn't matter. The counters are always moving. Alright, this is cool. I don't know how often my opponent gets to actually do stuff. I think it makes sense to kill this, because later on it gets too large, and that might be a problem. I think that's reasonable. They should spread this, not on these two. It's enticing to make this a 5-5? No, this is wrong, because you can proliferate that counter if it's on another creature, and make another large threat. Okay, there are counter spells, so if we can just prevent more creatures and stabilize with what's in play right now, we are sitting pretty. I probably counter literally anything. Actually, no, we don't counter those. We just counter, like, the scary payoffs for those. Proliferate and fight. Okay, so they just trade Mind Dives. And they put these on something else. Ooh, rip. Yeah, that's a rip. That's a rip. They did not respect the 3 damage spells, even though they saw like 2. They saw 2 that are different cards entirely as well. It's probably not getting any better than this. And if I can get rid of... Wait. If I can get rid of one of their cards with counters, I should. Because that Tolarian Terror is not doing much. Alright, we can lead... No, we can't. Alright, that's fine. There's no way I'd take myself off of these. I mean, they're top decking. I guess I could have just, like, kept one. Yep, see. My opponent's going to be stonewalled by at least one giant threat at some point in this game. I did only have one more of these in the deck until I got Clear the Mind, and I believe one of them was at the bottom. So, I needed the other Clear the Mind at some point, and who knows when that was going to happen, but I did end with a giant threat that it's going to take them a long time, if ever, to get through. It cannot be a creature. It has to be something like 70 copies of this or something weird, so nice. You ever just talk to yourself, but you're not streaming, but you think you are? You ever just do that? You ever just talk to yourself for no reason? Even though you're literally not streaming. And you're going to edit out the dead space between the talking for no reason. Oh, don't be a mono red deck. Not like this. I kept a really bad hand for that, but... Okay, that's better. I'd rather a burn spell than a creature. Play with fire would be fine. Nope. So, most likely a creature here. Okay, yep. Some 1/1s. They have haste? That's rude. That's a cool card, too. I haven't seen that one. Alright, well. Probably wasn't a keep, but I just stubborn. Don't want to mulligan. What does this do? Notably, there was no reason not to just put this on one of these. There's just more damage up front. There's no reason to wait. I don't understand. But so be it. Alright. I guess I'm not doing anything. Yeah, I think this should have been on something else. Yeah, they should have just moved this somewhere. It gets +2/+0, so it actually doesn't grow when I go to kill it. I guess there are 1 toughness cards. Pump spells. I can play this, or I can just do this. Where's the other Clear to Mind? Okay. This is tough. They haven't... They literally had... They just didn't do anything, so I'm going to play this. My opponent just had 4 red mana and didn't do anything, so... Fine. Didn't do anything in my end step either. What? Whoa. Okay. That's a card. And then spend 20 years contemplating what that said thing is. Alright, my opponent just cracked both treasures instead of using an actual land for literally no reason. We drew this, but I'm still probably going to just draw... Yeah, I'm just going to do this here. I'm just doing this. We're so far from this anyways, I don't really care. And nothing. Alright, so they can put this here. No land in hand. And I guess we just pass. Okay, they definitely have a burn spell or something, because it's not another rapier. They also didn't move the equipment for no reason. Like, they could have just done that. Jeez. Someone is deep in the tank about something. Filling the graveyard up real fast. I'm still interested in leaving up this. I don't think I need another threat in play or anything. My opponent has just shown me literally nothing, so I'm so uninterested in doing anything. That was their top deck, so their hand is the same as it was last turn. Alright, so now I have enough mana to double up. I highly doubt they're going to block, and I would love this game to end, because my opponent is playing unbelievably slow, so... Ooh, a trade with a bunch of spells. Love to see that. Also kind of love to see a chump block here, especially at 20. Okay, so they have a bunch of combat tricks to trade off the token, or they could give it first strike. I am so confused. They must have some kind of 1 mana burn spell. It might actually have been Play with Fire. Unless that's an uncommon, I'm just actually stupid. It might be an uncommon. Alright, thankfully our opponent gave up after, like, dirtling, doing nothing, and then dying for 20 minutes. Okay. Ah, lame. Lame, 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 lame. As long as it's a bunch of creatures, I guess it's not that bad. I think I leave up Consider. Yeah. There'll be more creatures. For this, instead of countering here. I think it makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not paid to think. Okay, how much does that cost? 3? I can cast it right now. Hopefully it stonewalls my opponent, who's stuck on 2 lands, so it basically has Shroud. Okay. Skewer the critics. Wow. What a surprise. I am happy to see these blocks. Okay, I'm going to shuffle in this. I think my... Actually, you know what? No. No, I'm just going to sit. These cards are pretty soft. Like, I'm not upset if those are back in my opponent's deck, and I'd rather just leave this up anyway, so... Another skewer? Wow. Wow. No, it looks like they're getting rid of a... who knows what. I don't know why you would Pillar or Flame me before you Blood Token, but... Okay. Or not. Alright, I will swing. Seeing how my opponent didn't swing with these last turn, I will just put another identical blocker in the way, and maybe that'll... I don't see why they would swing this time. What would be different? Okay, my opponent has a lot of dangerous spells when I'm at 5 in their hand, or deck, or graveyard, so... Okay, so suddenly they decided to swing. Don't know what happened this go-round. That is not ideal. I could just swing right now. Let's see. If all the top decks, all the cards in my opponent's graveyard, only one kills me. So I guess I'll shuffle it in. Because it just makes my opponent's deck like less lands, less like more 1-drops that don't actually win the game this very turn. So I think that's reasonable. And that was kind of a nice draw. It means I can swing. There's quite a few cards in my deck that justify double attacking. This is one of them. Alright. I'll hold on to the land because it is completely irrelevant. Maybe the game goes longer somehow and I Faithless Looting, but there's no reason not to play it. Or no reason to play it. Am I dead? They did not loot away that last card. They didn't loot away their other card. Nope. Alright. That is game. Pretty spicy, but again, we stonewalled them with a single giant threat, and they actually did Alpha Strike into it once. And I think if they had done it the second time, I'd be at 1 instead of... Yeah, I think I'd be at 1, but this would be dead. So who knows? Who knows? Lifelink Haste? Okay, well, if I was expecting that, I would have left up Fiery Impulse. What the hell? That's cool. Opponent is fueling my graveyard for me. What a friend. What a pal. Though this might not live. Okay. Uh-huh. Alright, so if I draw an untapped land, we're happy. If I don't... Oh, I did. Wow, nice. That's huge. I have Faithless Looting in my deck, so I probably shouldn't play this land, but they also have Burglar Rat. I think it's better to play it than not play it. I don't want to have it go away for no reason. Wow, they actually had the rat. Oh, I am a genius. I am a galaxy brain. I'm galaxy brain, that's what that means. Alright, they're racing. I don't think they're gonna win this race, but you never know. I don't know what they're drawing, what they could draw to here. We're past the point of respecting anything, so I don't see a reason. Like, they're never gonna play around to respect a card out of my hand. Okay, they have a way to gain life. Nope. So they have double block. I take 6. Something, please. Of course not. God forbid. Double block takes 6. There's literally no way they can kill me. They cannot put 5 counters on this to kill me, so that's fine. Yeah, sweet. They realize they have to probably double chump, and we got them. Or they could have another card here, or like another creature, and then chump chump. Even if it's like a life gain trigger for this, it would still have to just... I mean, a lifelink creature. Okay. I took out a Clear the Mind for another Faithless Looting. You could probably take the other one out too. They do play against these, but I don't know. I just like having one. I don't know. We're going to just stay like that. We're going to stay like that. Red again. Wow. Galaxy Brain. Galaxy Brain. With the literal same mountain, too. Okay. I think I can just Fiery Impulse and not do anything else. Obvious burn spell is obvious. Actually, no, that's not true. That's not true. They could sack this. No, of course. Another 1-mana burn spell, it seems. Okay, you're useless, and I guess I'm getting rid of Consider. Because I'm going to just be vomiting burn spells constantly. So, I don't see why where I'm gonna find room for Consider. This might be too slow. Untapped land would have been... Actually, hold on. No, we're still fine, right? Because I can do this. Okay, so if they draw a land, we just kill this. If they don't, I guess they just don't. That means they drew something else, which is, I guess, not great either. No. Alright, opponent was not willing to swing like the last one, so I don't see why they would suddenly change their mind the next turn cycle. I'm just gonna do this. Like they didn't swing last turn when I had one. I don't know why they would suddenly. Alright, opponent suddenly decides to swing. You got it. Yep. That's the same sequence last time. My opponent just like could have swung and didn't. And then they did the next turn cycle. It would have been one less creature for this attack, but I don't know. People don't like not swinging 2 turns in a row, I guess. That's a neat one. That's pretty neat. Well, there's no Orcish Bowmasters, so I'm not sure what's going on here. Alright. What the heck has flash in this? Nothing. Okay. Um... All right. Ill-gotten inheritance. All right, I've played that plenty of times in the past. Yep. We're probably going to lose this one. They have definitely enough removal to, like, never care about my stuff. Well, that's funny. That's kind of goofy. I like it. Maybe I can race it? I don't know. It's not terribly likely. But I can never deal with creatures and maybe just kill them, but this is, like, probably too much. Oh, come on. I swing for they're dead in 2 turns. Let's see. Is there... I don't see a reason not to double swing. Because I drew a burn spell for their only creature that can actually swing at me. And I like both the cards in my hand, so... They can deal 4 with cracking one of these, which isn't enough to stay alive. Or enough to kill me. We got there. Wow. Nice. That's crazy. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Wait, that doesn't do it. Oh, it doesn't do it. It doesn't do it. It doesn't do it. Oh, dude, I was so upset, and then I wasn't. Alright, after further deliberation, I don't think I like Clear the Mind, and I would prefer to have something like this, just kind of another Faithless Looting, but it's also a counterspell, so it's pretty cool. Both sides of these are useful. I think that's something to think about, so we're trying this. I don't recognize the character. If Lord of the Rings, I see the ears there. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too old. Enlist opponent. I actually kind of want this. No, let's not be stupid. What does Enlist do? When this attacks, untap, blah, blah, its power... Okay, so it doesn't keep counters or anything? Like, it doesn't keep the stats that it gets. It doesn't put 1/1 counters. It doesn't do anything like that. It looks like it's mono white. Oh, could be black-white. Kicked. Okay. Interesting. I guess I'll leave up this. Though most likely not going to matter. Could have pushed that first. That's interesting. Alright, let's do this now. Alright, so we have 4 mana for, like, all of these, what are they, 5/5s? Might just play this first, but I like my entire hand. I would not really want to get rid of anything. I like it even more now. Huh. Yeah, fine, fine. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to kill this. Let's actually just do this. I think this is better. I like this a lot. Yeah, alright, so my opponent actually, funny enough, they did not see a single win condition out of my deck. They didn't even see it clear to mind. They just gave up after all of this. But once I got rid of these two, I can see how it's extremely defeating to like continue the game. Like, why would your opponent ever discard 2 Essence Scatters against a deck that's only done this? But yeah, that just means my hand is going to be absolutely insane, and it kind of is here. Nice. On the draw again. Alright, well, at least there was no 1-drop this time. Oh, okay, so auras or something? Gonna look for another burn spell. Alright, we got there. It's probably, my opponent's like snapping everything off because I'm like letting it all just happen really quick. This goes to hand? Hmm. Rift Spoon is not a big deal. Actually, Rift Spoon is a uncommon, so never mind. That would not work. Oh, I just made a mistake. Oh, that was a mistake. I could have kept the island and played a one of these this turn, but I would have to actually play it this turn. Like, I would have to keep the island. Probably worth it? I don't know. Okay, we're back to doing the same exact thing as last turn. They played something and then did something with stuff. Cool. Okay, so that's 4, but these are 1. I like those numbers. So unless there's life gain, I think we're in a really good spot. They could have pacifies, actually. Oh, look, it's life gain. That is not life gain. And is not winning the race. I think winning the race is more important, so I'm actually just going to windmill slam this Serpentine curve. Wow. Kind of an early chump block. I can respect it, though. You've seen a lot of burn spells out of me, so it kind of makes sense. Yep, nice. My opponent can't kill me. They have no life gain or life linking creature, and nice. So I could have been a little different this game and had an Essence Scatter actually castable on something, but that would have meant I didn't Volcanic Spite. But I think I could have done that later. So I might have been in a even better spot if I sequenced my things a little differently, but it ended up working out. Wasn't too big of a deal in the end. Given the context of the hand, I would like to play this, but I'm going to play this. No 1-drop. Never 1-drop. Nice. Alright. That is actually toxic. Something's telling me I should religiously avoid... Oh, never mind. Actually, no, I can't do it. Can't do it. Let's do this. Hello. Sure. Beat this. Oh, that's a card. No lands in hand. Okay, they have enough to kill one of these, unfortunately. Not too big of a deal, though, to be honest. Triple block? What does this do? Creature control... Okay. That is really weird. Sure. Alright, well, I'm just going to leave up you find the villain's lair, then. Not sure what that means. That was strange. I feel like I would have just blocked here with this. Yep, alright, cool. My opponent could have... Actually, it was free. It was free to put this one. Like, they could have just put this in front of one of these and it would have died. So I would have only have had two. The outcome is probably very similar, though. Like, I mean, they're at 14. I have two 5/5s. Yeah, alright. No one drop. Hey, alright. God tier position. God tier position for sure. Rat colony. Nice. Alright, so definitely a lot of threats, but we can potentially not care. Oh, yep. Hello. They can double up on rats, so we want to double up on removal. I haven't played against rats yet, actually. This is the first game. Okay, I'll use the more expensive one and loot away this. Oh, look. A card. Alright, still have a removal spell out. Oh, this is literal paradise. I am in Nirvana right now. Oh, land? Alright, so now we get two rats. You got it. I mean, they don't have any lands in hand, so it has to be rats. Oof. Big oof. Oh, I feel bad for that one. Oh, hey. This is the dirtiest game I've ever played in my life. Oh, that's so messed up. Now they can't win. They literally can't win. They just have to double block every time. For like the rest of the game, they can't make a board presence. It's impossible. Wow. that is too funny. Oh, they only have to block one. Oh no, but they're still in the same position though. They're still in the same position because they didn't die. It wasn't a trade. All right, even if this is a rat, they have to double block in their 4/4s. They're not 5/1s. If they were 5/1s, they're actually in a not bad position. My opponent just left themselves dead to a top deck burn spell. That's interesting. All right. Well. Opponent just gave up. Yep. That was probably the most disgusting, vile thing I've ever done to somebody in a game of Magic. I answered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I killed 7 rats very easily with like an amazing curve. But I mean, if my opponent only has threats and they don't really have much text other than me go face, my deck is like, this is the perfect matchup, right? This is like a in a vacuum kind of thing. If I were playtesting my deck, this is what I would play against in a vacuum, because like All of my every single card in my deck answers a rat. Every single one, except, I guess, Consider and Faithless Looting. Okay, so I lost a single game, and I played, I don't, however many games I played, it was probably 11 or 12. I lost a single one, and I played against a very wide range of decks. I don't even know if I saw the same deck twice other than red, and I beat red, so this is just crazy, right? Like, I love this style. Now, to be fair, a lot of people are not playing constructed decks. They're just playing cards they own. So this is only a temporary format, and I usually annihilate people in temporary formats because I'll take like a lot of time to make a deck, and most people are like, oh, I'll just put a deck together to get the 3 wins. So it's not like we have an established meta. But even with that being said, you got to play against something, right? Like, your opponents can't just play all lands. You are still playing a game of Magic, and it is commons only. It's just like these are just so good. Tolarian Terror is just insane. If we had Gurmag Angler, we would just be big pimping. Like, we could probably take out 2 of these, add 4 Gurmags and stuff. But all right, let's not fantasize here. All of the burn spells were excellent. There are not too many things in this format that don't die to this 3 damage, but there are some. And again, we do have massive threats here, which might be able to get through that. And if you do find yourself bumping into massive threats constantly, you could take out some of these and add bounce spells, like I was saying at the beginning of this video. But yeah, the Clear the Minds definitely are not where we want to be. No games are lasting that long, and even if they are, you can probably still win with like your final threat. But sometimes that's not the case. You could maybe run like a weird mill card. I think there's an enchantment that mills 2 or something. Like, you could just play that to maybe attack your opponent at a different angle, but it never comes up. And if it does come up, you're probably not going to have it come up again. You know, like, oh, I decked out. Like, okay, yeah, but is that going to happen again? Probably not. It's going to happen like 1% of your games, maybe. You know, and if you're going to have 100 games played, that's a lot of Magic before you get to that game where you Clear the Mind would have done something. So, as much as I love the card, I don't think the format is where I don't think this is where it needs to be. Now, if I was playing a control deck without these, all counter spells and burn, and maybe some weird red sweepers and stuff, then you could run 2 Clear the Minds. You're just trying to like loop your opponent and literally answer their entire deck before they scoop. Which is doable. I'd like to try that at some point. I'd get like 2 games in a video, but it's where I love to be. But as this stood, I really, really liked it. I would recommend this if you are playing blue-red in this Pauper thing. Or if you just don't know what to play, this is just an excellent starter. I have other lists that are similar to it, like this one, and there's another one somewhere. I don't know where it is, but yeah, I have some other ones that are like more akin. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's kind of similar, just with black. But yeah, let me know what you thought about this list. I am not done with this format. This is the only thing I'm going to be doing until it is gone. Like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for dealing with my air conditioner and no camera, because it is late, it is hot, and I'm tired.